Good morning and Happy New Year from the Weather Report. My name is Bruce, aka The Weathered Soul. If you've been following me, you know that already. And today, and I'm kind of late in the season because I got sick over the holidays, and this was all supposed to be done during my Christmas vacation, but it's now January 12th, January 12th or 13th, and I'm getting ready to go ahead and chop and drop my garden. So just take a look at what I've got to work with. I've been collecting my leaves out in front of my yard, and I've got a big pile of them. That's going to be the catalyst of what's going on top of everything that I chop and drop. There is some chop and drop underneath that, and I just want to be clear about something here when you chop and drop. So I want you to chop your stuff right there at the ground level. You can see it right here. I want you to chop about right there and leave those roots in. The reason why you want to leave those roots in is because that you need some root structure in your soil that is, that those peppers are alive, and so the roots underneath them are going to be alive for a while, and you want that because this is going to be underneath those leaves and mulch for about 3 months. And when you go to plant, all you're going to do is you're just going to pull back the mulch layer, you're going to plant, and away you go. It's called a no-till garden. So I'm hoping that this soil becomes really rich. This is the first time I've ever done a chop and drop, but there's a bunch of people online, including Jack Spirko, who swears by a chop and drop and no-till garden. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to follow his lead and do that. So what I will be doing is I will be leaving stuff like this Swiss chard and that onion and maybe those marigolds there. I won't cover too much, but yeah, I've got to do some maintenance here. There's some kale over there, and those will be staying so I can harvest those throughout the season. But nevertheless, anything else that is not going to survive, like these peppers, it's froze down a couple of times. I had some basil in here and some beans, as you can see, and those are all going away. Those are going to be chopped, dropped down on the bottom. I'll be putting probably some chicken poop and stuff over the top of that, and then taking these leaves and covering over that, and then I'm just going to let nature do its work. So that's what I'm going to do for the chop and drop. Okay, well, after further thought, I decided to just actually pull some of my stuff that was still growing, like my kale and my Swiss chard, and there's still peppers on the plant, so I harvested those too. And I did that because I had some, sometimes Jack Spirko could be a jerk. After further thought about this chop and drop, what I did was actually pulled up some of the growing stuff that was still there, like some of my kale and my chard, and there were some peppers that needed to be harvested and things like that. And then what I did was actually help Mother Nature out a little bit here. Not that Mother Nature needs to be helped at all, but I went ahead and took my hedge clippers and trimmers, and I just chopped up some of the organic material that I chopped down. This is all the pepper plants and basil and bean plants and everything that kind of was in the garden. Even the marigolds got chopped down, and I ended up bringing all the leaves over here. Although they had a good start over here in this area, I am going to just distribute all this organic material all the way around this bed, and then what I'll do is I'll re-put the leaves over it. I might put some chicken poop in there. I think I probably will, just to give it a little nitrogen boost, a little bit of heat under there. And I did take the opportunity to pull some of the weeds. I'm pretty sure that this method of chop and drop and then putting the leaves down is going to be beneficial in keeping the weeds down, during the next growing season. But this is what I've done. I pulled my irrigation out because I'm going to redo my irrigation anyway. I still have my 2 main feeds over there, as you can see in each corner. And I'm really hoping for the best. The next box is going to be this one, and like I said, I've got to pull all the weed blocker out. It was a good idea to keep the weeds down, but basically to regenerate the garden you have to pull it up, and it's a bunch of work, and I think I'm just going to go with mulched ground, and One of the things that I want to prevent next year is that to have any of my soil exposed to the sun. So anything that's going to be exposed to the sun, either going to be the plants or it's going to be the mulch that's on top of the soil, because sun will just destroy your soil. So with that said, we can continue on with the task at hand. All right, well, just a little quick review on what we did with this chop and drop. And because I've been sick and recovering, I'm only going to do one of these today. I'll do the other one tomorrow. But just want to review the steps that I did. Is I actually took my existing garden that had been, froze over, and it's just time for it to go, because it gets not very much sun at all. And I cut everything off right at the base of the ground. And then I gave nature a little help and chopped it up. Some of the stuff I actually pulled all the way out. In fact, let me show you. I did pull out my chard and some kale, and harvested a bunch of peppers that were still hanging out. Basically, what I did was just go ahead and chopped everything down right at the base, and then I helped Mother Nature out, which Mother Nature probably didn't need my help, but I chopped it up a little bit to give it a little base. And then as soon as I chopped that up, I spread it out. I used a little bit of chicken poop, 2 bags, because this is a what is this? This is a 6x6 plot here. So I used 2 bags of chicken poop and kind of, spread that out a little bit. And then what I did is I took all those leaves that you saw over there that were in the corner, and I spread them out. So this is the result. This is the result here. As you can see, some of the chop and drop still comes through the leaves, but there's a good, probably 2 or 3 inches of leaves here before you get down into the ground. Let me show you that. So there's a good amount of organic material in there. And as I was kind of rooting around in there, there's plenty of wildlife underneath there. There's all kinds of earthworms and stuff that are doing their job, and that's what they should be doing. So hopefully come back in the spring. I'm contemplating whether or not to cover this up with the tarp, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to let nature take its course and do what it's supposed to do underneath there. And like I said, come back in the spring, and when I have my seedlings, just pull back where I want to plant, put my plants in the ground, and go forward and do a little bit more mulching on top of that. Other than that, I won't be tilling this. I won't be doing anything other than just planting in it. And hopefully, I get a great bounty come harvest time next year. And that's just the way that I do it. And I want to thank Jack Spurko for giving me the idea of chop and drop. I also want to thank him for being a jerk, because I put down the weed blocker, and it just didn't work for me, Jack. I'm sorry. I probably missed something. I did something wrong. I don't know what it is, but I won't be doing it again. I like this chop and drop method. I think it's going to really be beneficial to the garden, and hope to reap the bounties of the things that I've been learning more and more about gardening, homesteading, preserving, growing, all that stuff. I appreciate you guys being here and looking at this video. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Remember that tomorrow night we have our premiere episode of the Weathered Report, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be chock full of all kinds of this type of content, some art, some music, and all kinds of other things. So look for it on your YouTube channel. Go to the Weathered Soul. That is the channel that I have for YouTube, and underneath there you're going to find the Weathered Report on Sunday at 7 p.m. So we'll see you later. Take care. Have a good day.